Doodly doodly doo. Bat crap. Yes, that's the guano playset. I am here, interwebs, to talk about comic books. Hold up this quarter because it was there, and review some stuffs for the Famous Faces and Funnies Gonna Geek review show, often referred to as F3G2. Sounds like worst Star Wars droid ever.
I don't know. You seem to not be particularly fond of the ones they already got in the book. So,
Well,
tough contender.
it's true, it used to be the worst Star Wars droid ever, but now it's ahead of Triple Z and whatever.
I don't
That-
really know.
R2 sadist. Now, I got some stuffs. We'll start with the RG.
Hi, my name is RG. I'm from Riverdale, and
No, it's not Alcoholics Anonymous. It's RG Andrews. Wrong AA. Archie versus Reggie, the first time in this newly rebooted verse. It's good. It's everything that Archie is, and then it's modern. And Pops is badass. I'm already yawning because I spent the day yelling at felons again. And the backup Archie story asks the burning question: why do Golden Age comics always have such elderly looking parents? You know, she's like a grandma. But that's his mom. Nobody knows. Also, did we ever find out? We know Archie wears an R on his shirt and he goes to Riverdale High, but Jughead always wears that S on his shirt, and he also goes to Riverdale High. So I don't know what the S is for. Sandwich.
Snacking?
Rachel Rising. Oh, this book is so good. Lilith goes out to hunt our resident demon on her own. She explains why she, in really much more simple terms than you'd dare to think, why she keeps waking Rachel back up to the, every time they die, they're reborn, and Rachel never remembers this world, but it's always Lilith who wakes her up and remembers, look, you're the permanent, undying soul of my sister, and there's a reason for that. Zoe is recovering from her, she had a bad day. Ba-ba-da-da. Anywho, you should be reading this. Get some trades. Do that. The Avengers. The new Avengers. Number 9. Run, it's American Kaiju. Alright, Agent Todd Ziller turns into, as a result of a rather non-Captain America-esque super soldier serum, turns into basically the baby of Godzilla and Nuke from Daredevil comics. The guy that draws the American flag on his face says, give me a red, give me a white, and then occasionally shows up as a druggy cop boyfriend on Jessica Jones, the Netflix series. Because basically he's a giant. He turns into Godzilla with kind of doomsday protrusions, but he has a giant American flag on his head and a giant American flag patterned stomach. The story is called Up from the Depths, which made me happier than it should. Well played, Al Ewing. Up from the depths.
Well played.
30 stories, huh? Also, Rick Jones continues to be a dick to the new Avengers. I love this book. And Todd Ziller, really. It's so bad that I'm so upset I didn't think of it.
Really amazed you didn't.
I should have. gonna be one of those. Uncanny X-Men number 6. Skull and Bones Tales of the Darker Mutants. Callisto versus Sabretooth. No love lost there, but new Sabretooth has his, he's like, look, after everything I did to the Morlocks down here, she deserves a shot, because he's remembering the Mutant Massacre, where he killed a lot of Morlocks. And Callisto, to prove a point, pisses him off till he goes all feral and goes, see, now you see what he really is. But really, at this point, that just means that right now, Sabretooth is classic, like, Chris Claremont, John Byrne era Wolverine, because he's trying to do the right thing, but when he gets into his berserker age, he could just kill anybody, unless the comics code says no, he can't really have killed them, and later they will show back up as Reavers, because that's what happened to those members of the Hellfire Club that he really killed, and in my head he still did. Anyway, new Suicide Squad number 19 is okay, but Digger's in the end, so I'll be really happy with next issue, because Digger. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, 2099 Spider-Man, look out, 2099 Spider-Man. Peter and Peter and Miguel have a conversation. Miguel's got some rage issues that he takes out on Man Mountain Marco, and then he finds out the shocking history of Tempest and her family, none of which is anything he's ready for, or anything the readers expected. If you talk about okay, I see where this is going, I see where this is going, it's over there.
What the hell?
There's no road.
My brain hurts.
So it's not a hurt your brain. It's a good. It's just didn't see that coming, and it was a lot more interesting than I had kind of settled into the okay. This will be a typical kind of comical book thing, and then it went and I was like, oh, that's better. The Fix is in. This is by the same dynamic duo. Man,
do I need to start having coffee ready for you?
No, I don't drink coffee. What you need to do is have a substitute ready for me on Thursday mornings. Plus, in order to get this shit read before I can come in here, I'm up till like 1 or 2 a.m. reading the fucking things, and then I wake up at 4 something a.m. to get ready to go deal with the felons, and then I come straight here and go, here's the comical book. Because it's a miracle I remember any of this. Or don't die while driving. Or haven't been killed or killed any of the freaking felons.
So Coke then?
For a non-religious man. My life is full of miracles. And Coke, yeah, but it has to be vanilla Coke. When I snort regular Coke, I almost drown. Anywho, The Fix. These two lovable scamps are not lovable scamps. They're just scamps. Actually, they are lovable, even though they start out saying, we're not the likable protagonists. But I like them. They are cops and crooks. Not great at either. Not great at either. But it's brought to you by the same dynamic duo that brought us. There's a reason I was like, what? Nick Spencer. We know I have my love-hate relationship with Nick Spencer's writing. But Spencer and Lieber are the two that brought us Superior Spider Foes. Superior Spider Foes, Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
I think it was Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Whichever it was. Superior Spider Foes, Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I loved that book so much that I never even bothered to look at the cover to read what the title was. But that book was great. And the characterization was great, and the art was great, and the two worked so well together that it was great. And this is that without superpowers. This is the same kind of thing. This is not even C-list. This is like EFG list criminals trying to get out from under, where they owe the A, B, and C list criminals, and it's funny, it's wrong, it's good. Replica number 5. Days naked.
Yes, they are.
And it's actually a plot point. I like that's another him. That's number 5, who gets called Quasi a lot but doesn't want to be called Quasi. Because he's not exactly, it wasn't the best cloning job on him. The art in this book is so gorgeous. Have I mentioned to you how gorgeous the art in this book is? Andy Clark, so good. So good. Anywho, a handful of our clones, as assembled here, our original, and then 2, 4, and 14 go in. The reason he brings 2 and 4 and 14 with him is he knows one of his own clones is betraying him, so he goes for the ones he feels he can trust the most. Number 2 is his number 2 guy. Ironic, since number 2 is actually the one betraying him. We learned this issues ago. Number 4 is like so uber perfect, as he's described. He's like, he's so good he couldn't possibly betray anyone. He's like, thank you. And he takes number 14. He's like, why'd you bring me? He's like, because clearly the one replacing me looks just like me. He's not, as he so eloquently puts it, of his heftier clone, he's not half a donut away from 300 pounds. So I know it's not you, because the other me that we saw looked just like me. So 14's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, thanks, I guess. They play one of the alien races off of, against themselves, their own rules. There's some explosions. Turns out this technology that can turn clothing into a combustible weapon, which is why they go in naked. It's just great stuff. Everybody should just read Replica. Most of the books, I say most because I can't vouch for all of them. I haven't read all of them. I haven't read Insects. I haven't read... Jackpot's not out yet. I don't remember if I read Second Sight. I think I did, and I think I liked it. Black Eyed Kids isn't out yet. Super Zero I like. Rough Riders I just couldn't get into. I tried reading it. Replica is great. The Aftershock books are all just a lot of fun. So, read those. Empress, number 1, by Mark Miller and Stuart Immonen. I sort of thought this was going to be like a Miller take on Wade and Kitson's Empire. And to an extent, it sort of is. Apparently, this takes place like millions of years before humans on Earth, and there's this race of sort of alien humans, I guess, on Earth, riding blue T-Rexes, because T-Rexes look cool in blue.
Of course they do.
But this Emperor guy has his wife and kids, and he's got a bodyguard assigned to her. But he's kind of a ruthless, evil, megalomaniacal bastard. The wife wants to leave him, but that's complicated. So her assigned guardian is helping her escape with the kids. Daughter doesn't necessarily want to go. Kind of loves her megalomaniacal daddy. Kind of like my Mooka loves me. My Lily knows I'm evil and can't be trusted. But my Mooka will still hang out. Well, I have high hopes that one day my Lily will out-evil me. Will take over the world.
Nah, my money's on Bella.
Maybe. But I think it's more on Lily to build the giant robot spiders. I think that's more of a Lily move. Anywho, so this is the first issue in which they make their escape. I won't say they make good their escape, because they've escaped, but how good is that going to be? We don't know. But the book was good. I said I'm a stick on. See how this goes. Detective Comics number 51 was okay. It's actually better than I thought it was. It's just the cover tricked me. I thought that this was a story with Bruce in his new uniform, having returned to the fold. But it's still Gordon, and it was good. It's just I was expecting Bruce, and when you expect Bruce and you get the Gordon Batman, it's not the Bruce Batman. I should have known, because the Bruce Batman has a yellow outline just around the bat, which is nice. It's not a full-on oval making him wear a target, but it's still a nice nod to the Bat Signal shirt style days. Dark Side War. Darkseid's half Amazon daughter has kind of her own agenda. Mom's agenda has been surpassed. Meanwhile, we're also inside the head, literally, of Jessica, is it Cruz? Is that her name? The new Power Ring, who will apparently by the next part become a new Green Lantern. Because the Power Ring, since it feeds on fear, it basically seals all your hope and just eventually drains you into it, and then just collects all your souls. She's trying to get away, and there's a voice in there helping her. We eventually find out is the little bit of computer memory. It's Cyborg running around inside her head, and I think this is going to help set some stage towards the post New 52. Also, setting the stage for the post New 52 World's Rebirth. Look, there's a number in a Superman thing like they used to do back in the day. Superman in the Heart of the Sun. The Super League is forged. All right, so Superman did his whole thing with his kryptonite bath to try and kryptonite emulsion to try and get his powers back, and then he got his powers back, and everything seemed good. But no, they really talk about tying up loose ends. The art in this is gorgeous too. And New 52 Crypto is there. But New 52 Kal-El is dying as a result of what happened in Justice League with his getting thrown into the fire pits of Apocalypse, then his kryptonite bath after he lost his powers, and apparently in order, it gives us a chronology here. The Justice League Darkseid War storyline was first. Sort of doesn't make sense if this is going to spring straight into, well, whatever. But anywho, this happened first. Then he lost his powers and had to get kryptonited up, and then the Justice League of America storyline where he fought Rao, all led to he's dying. So he's trying to put together a League of Supermen, including there's this guy going, "I'm Superman." Not sure who that is yet. Don't know if he's going to be the Chinese kid that will be the Chinese Superman in Rebirth. Don't know. But I have a theory. I'm going to go on record as saying I'm thinking he's going to survive, but possibly end up depowered, and that will explain why there is a Clark Kent running around while pre-New 52 Superman is actively flying around as Superman, but there is a Clark Kent. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 da. Old Man Logan versus Old Man Captain America. But Old Man Captain America finally convinces Old Man Logan that this isn't his world, so he doesn't have to keep killing everybody to stop a future that's not going to happen because this isn't his world. And what does it take to show him that? He shows him that Wolverine is dead. And they go to the Tomb of the Wolverine. It's in Canada. Invincible Iron Man, starring not as Invincible Spider-Man. This was great. Part of it is Spidey in this has jet lag and is like rambling even by Spidey. Whatever. Also, they meet in an homage to the Superman Spider-Man comic book, magazine-sized comic book of the 70s. So that was pretty cool. There's a great moment where Iron Man's talking to Friday, and Spidey's like, "What? What are you talking?" you're not talking to me, are you? And Iron Man's like, my suit has an AI. And Spidey goes, cool, my spider glows now for no apparent reason. Tell her I said hi. It's Spider-Man's armor. He's got the glowing spider. And, you know, Bendis has Spidey call it like it is. He's like, my spider glows now for no apparent reason. It just does. And he says, tell her I said hi. How'd you know my AI is a woman? I know you, and I saw 2001. No computer will ever have a man's voice again. Kubrick saw to that. And Ultron. What is that? Because he's just jet lagged. It was so good, so much fun. Poe Dameron. This was good. This has Poe, and this has all Black Squadron, and this is the story that will lead up. I don't know if this is ongoing, and we'll do God knows what once it catches up to the movie, but these are the ongoing adventures of, or I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they're ongoing, but this is the adventure of Poe and BB-8 that will lead to where we meet Poe on Jakku in the beginning of the movie. So, I mean, it's Charles Soule, and it's Phil Noto, and it's Poe Dameron. These are 3 great things. And it's BB-8. 4 great things.
Because fire thumbs up.
How about the BB-8 version of the Walmart exclusive? It's just a slipcase. It looks like BB-8, but it pulls open. It's got not Velcro. It's got this like little stuff that so it won't get all like Velcro. It just kind of snaps in and out together. When you open it up, inside is Rey and BB-8, Finn, Poe, Han Solo. Because I guess they have to put Han Solo on some art since he's not going to be in any more movies. Spoiler. Also, you know you've done well when your wife tells you, yeah, I need you to stop at Walmart. I need pads and Star Wars Force Awakens on Blu-ray. She just wants the must-have item. Uncanny Avengers standoff. Rogue wakes up first on in Pleasant Hill because she's had Professor X training in how to see through illusions and mind fucks. So she kind of catches on, and then she's got to figure out who everybody is. The best though is fucking Deadpool, who is he's like a ginger Tom Selleck. He's this fireman who keeps saying all this, like, you know, hey, every time Rogue goes by. But when they call the fire department and he shows up and he's like, and she ends up telling him, in order to get him to come back, she has to tell him, you were right, Wade, Connecticut is bad. And that's what snaps him out. He goes, it's fucking Connecticut every time, every damn time. And that's what pulls him out, is Deadpool's hatred of Connecticut. So, this is good. I'm digging that book. Bloodlines #1 is exactly the mess you thought revamping Bloodlines would be. So far, the only one they've introduced is I guess that's Loose Cannon, right? That's what his original name was. The kid that turns into him,
I still think
it's
a joke.
Is wearing a shirt. Of course it is. Is wearing a shirt that says Cannon on it. So I'm assuming that's who. But some kind of alien virus. Instead of the big monsters that suck your life out or accidentally give you powers, like in the first ill-conceived idea, an alien virus lands on Earth, infects a deer, turns the deer into this hideous flesh-eating monster that then proceeds to go around and attack a bunch of kids hanging out in the woods or on a school trip. I don't really. It's all very.
Why am I reading this?
Yeah, it's even the art is that very like late '90s, early 2000s kind of.
It's modern dated.
Not even image. It's like it's like we wanted Brett Booth, but he was busy, and we wanted what's his face from Fathom? Michael Turner, but he's dead. So we got a guy who draws sort of like what if Brett Booth inked Michael Turner, or vice versa. Probably Michael Turner inked Brett Booth, because it's really more Booth than Turner style. But it was a thing. I tried it because I did, the original version. I liked a couple of the. Mostly, I liked Sparks because she ended up on Superboy and the Ravers. But she's not in this. Rough Riders, I told you I didn't actually make it through. Part because where it was on the pile, I was like dead last night. Grizzly Shark is some of it is extended, I believe. It may not be. It's been a long time since I read the original. This may just be straight from the original, but this is the predominantly the original story. The Grizzly Shark half of
Grizzly Shark and
Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark, and the next issue will pick up where this left off, and it promises us that but don't worry, just wait for the third installment of the Grizzly Shark trilogy, Grizzly Shark versus Sea Bear. It'll be the fight of the century. So I don't think that means the third issue of this so much as I think they did Grizzly Shark and Sea Bear, Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark. Now they're doing Grizzly Shark. Mostly because the what's his name? Who the hell was it that did Jason Howard did the other one, the Sea Bear part. He's busy doing other things. He couldn't do it because this was going to be Grizzly Shark Sea Bear, series. He couldn't do it again, so. Next time around, it'll be Grizzly Shark versus Sea Bear. They'll build up to that. Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad April Fool's Special #1. I read this mostly because they said this sets the stage for Rebirth. Most of it, it's Harley Quinn stuff. I, for one, am Harley Quinned out. I'm Harley Quinned out. At this point, I'm reading books with Deadpool. And I'm Harley Quinned out. That should tell you something. But I read this because it's supposed to lead in. But the most promising part of this is that in the end, and the part that I assume leads in, because there's part of what I believe is the new Rebirth team, with a lot of members from the. I'm kind of sad that they put Killer Croc on the team, because that means that we're denied Killer Croc in Batman books, and he's great as this kind of lord of the underworld, literally, who is like the patron monster saint of the homeless and children. Mm-hmm. And that's always fun. But they give us a glimpse at Amanda Waller, who looks a little older, and she's not back to her old stature, but as you can see. When she shows up, she's a little thicker until finally she reveals herself, and she's not quite the Wall, but she's at least back to being made of brick. She's getting there, and that makes me happy. And finally, Gold Key Alliance from Dynamite. This is Phil Hester and Brent Peoples is #1. It's good. It's a lot of setup, as you'd expect with the #1. This is a universe where the Gold Key characters are all kind of coexisting. There's Solar Man. Well, it looks like Solar Woman of the Atom, so I assume this will tie into the Solar Man of the Atom story. The Solar story that they just did in Dynamite, where his daughter takes over. But Samson is there predicting some horrible things. Magnus is, he's fighting robots. But the most interesting part to me is there's apparently just like a preserve in like on an Indian reservation where dinosaurs still roam, and Turok Dinosaur Hunter is actually Turok Dinosaur Ranger, and he's protecting the dinosaurs from poachers. He's not more than he's actually hunting the dinosaurs when last we saw him. And I thought that was kind of a neat and interesting take, because what could be more of an endangered species than the last dinosaur? And Turok is a ranger, racist son of a bitch, racist poacher, calls it Tonto and makes fun of his bow and arrow, and then gets shot with it because fucking Turok. But alright, I'm out of comic book books. These are just boards that I lean stuff on. So, alright, I miss you already, interwebs.
Thanks for watching another video from Gonna Geek. If you like geeky stuff, check out our podcast network, our news and articles, and our community forums. You can find it all at gonnageek.com, like us at facebook.com/gonnageek, tweet us at gonnageek, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/gonnageek, and check out our live programming at gonnageek.com/live.